Okay, you guys look real big next to her because it's a small torso.
I like it. I like it.
Just the whole time?
No, just...
No,
Yes.
not the whole. I mean, you guys can lean back. Just make sure when you talk, pull forward.
You ready? Are you excited? Let's go! What's going through?
You guys had two of the most well-known characters. What was it like playing such a powerful shonen character for both of you?
Honestly, it was slightly daunting because I know how well loved these characters are from Boku no Hero. I feel like it was a challenge that I was definitely up to taking, and it was exciting taking on the challenge.
Hey JK, what you doing?
So this is what happens to my shirt after a run through.
Do you see all that? That's not water. That's my sweat.
How was it stepping into the shoes of Uraraka and Ida? Did your personal dynamic with JK come out dancing opposite his Deku?
I would say yes, because no matter what, when JK and I are on stage together, there's always something internal going on when we're looking at each other and we're dancing. Whether it's appropriate at the moment or not is up for debate. But yeah, no, there's definitely always some kind of conversation that we're having.
I actually don't think that I get to talk to JK enough regularly, so seeing him as Deku, I think, was helpful to beat Ida because Ida just kind of loves the entire class and wants everyone to do their best and to like follow the rules, which JK doesn't ever. So instead of like stop breaking your arm, it was like JK like come here and stand where you're supposed to, like, and it was great because I felt it, like I felt like, okay, class rep, like make sure your class looks kempt. So that was definitely fun. Like it was super fun to do that with JK.
And yelling Deku at the top of your lungs is really fun for no reason. In every shape, way, and form.
I had a big fear because it was Todoroki, and he is such a large presence, and that's scary, especially playing someone who's basically the Levi of Boku no Hero. So someone who's a fan favorite, someone's supposed to be like the dreamboat, whatever, and I'm like, I'm a girl, I'm a gal. Well, you're not a gal, you're a guy. But also it's different. We were talking about this, where across the multiverse, I took a little bit more of a backseat in terms of characters. I was mostly a background character, and that was way more fun because you have more freedom. This one, you're kind of in the front and in the middle, and even when you're not, it is a character that you tend to follow around in the set, so it's like the whole time you have to be on it, so that was scary. And you have to have big shonen energy.
It doesn't help that you had big white boots on with
No.
big white and red hair.
So this year, Kayla played Todoroki, and last year she played another guy named Greed. So when she was Greed, she was kind of like a not necessarily a background character, but she didn't get to show off all of her talents, you know what I mean? Yeah. And this year, she just lit it up and iced it out, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For sure. So like, no, I don't think anyone could have portrayed Todoroki as strong as she did because there's a certain stamina and a certain execution you would need for Todoroki. Having someone as strong and like disciplined and talented as Kayla for Todoroki, like there could never be anyone else, in my opinion. It was really fun working with the Ice Wall and having her. If you ever take a moment to watch the video, watch her freestyle during that part because it'll give you feels like.
Deku wasn't a focus when putting together the set, but the fan favorite ship has definitely gotten the audience to notice every interaction between the two. How was playing JK's Deku to Kayla's Todoroki?
For me, just complete honesty, I'm very attracted to masculine energy. So there were definitely times in the set when Kayla as Todoroki would come to me and just present with this masculine energy, and I would just sit there being like, flutter. I was like, what is this man in my life right now?
What was the moment? Was this
yeah,
moment?
when we had that like this. Oh, she did it again. There's just that grit in there, you know?
I can't say the same was for me. But we were talking about where some of the characters and some of our dancers don't actually dance next to each other a lot. But I've danced next to him a lot in our last sets. When he first joined the team and he was Ashitaka, the whole Studio Ghibli main characters stuck together the whole time. And then when we did FMA, we were homunculi together, so we were stuck together the whole time. And just every time, he's always been there. So when it came to Boku no Hero, to me, it didn't feel like we were together a lot because I was so used to you being there. And then it wasn't until after when people started to notice it and I watched the setback, I was like, oh, yeah, that's actually like a cute Totodeku
We didn't
moment.
even notice it until
No.
we were like, oh, we did do that together.
Yeah, like I wasn't supposed to be his partner for Ochako's part, but Jason just can't do that.
Yeah,
lift.
Jason, it's all your fault.
It's all your fault.
You created this.
So we switch, and that's one of the parts that a lot of the comrades have noticed. Or little things like we said, even as our characters, Todoroki doesn't talk to. I don't know how he interacts with most anyone else, because the ones he interacts with the most is Momo, and if Momo's not there, then Deku. And he's weird with Deku. So when I was looking around, who do I interact with? There he is. And so I would. So it was kind of fun finding it post-performance rather than pre-performance.
You three played the golden trio of the fan favorite Best Boys. How was it rising to that expectation?
You go.
No, me.
I wish I had the boots. Bakugo. So he's very loud, like me. And, yeah. Dance-wise, Bakugo isn't what I thought I was capable of until it was handed or given to me. It's a specific kind of character you have to really like put out there, which is high energy, full intensity, and like somebody that goes buck wild out, and trying to maintain that during the whole set was very tiring, but it was fun.
It was also really nice interacting with Roston as Bakugo because literally all he did to me was this. The whole set was just really mad at me and scowling. And so I got to see them and be like, oh, he's mad at me. He's mad at me again.
Not mad enough to push you.
Yeah.
The admiration, but also the fear.
Those scowling eyes.
Yeah.
Kirishima, his quirk is very, like, obviously it's very stiff and hardening and stuff like that, but I think he has a very bubbly personality. I think that's kind of me in a sense. I'm very serious at times, but I can also be very bubbly as well. And then, yeah, I think I had the most fun on Core when I got to play Kid Flash. And then it was kind of like being Kid Flash, but in an opposite sense when it comes to the powers, you know? I have to stay still, be stiff and all that kind of stuff, but like I'm still like, I still get to be the yeah, Bakugo, do you, I support you all the way kind of guy, you know? So yeah, I think my best time was when I was hyping Roston up. That's like on stage and real life, like
But
all at the
flexing
same
so
time. Yeah,
hard.
but flexing
Yeah.
so hard. Like look at the picture, he's just like, yeah, I had a hemorrhoid at the end of this.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Oh well, on stage for sure it's always, you know, the Wonder Twins, Bakugo and Kirishima. That was like one of the most fun, because it's basically us, except roles are swapped. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm more of the hype man than Jason, because he's always getting it, and I'm just like on the side, like.
What a supportive
Yeah,
best friend!
Yeah. Like, I have so much passion in supporting this dude that, like, it looks weird or attractive, depending on who you are. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So it's like that. That's my boy, and I got his back no matter what, and we've always been like that. So being able to be those kind of people on stage is, like, was... Okay, very lit, yes.
Ross and I have had this relationship since like 2013. We've always,
Wait.
2012.
You're right,
2013.
you're right.
Yeah. Sometime, yeah. So yeah, we've had this relationship, and it's always been the same. Like we've never been mad at each other. We've always been each other's hype man. You know, it's like it's cool to do that, and I'm gonna say this on camera now. He's the reason why I came back into Core.
Hey.
Yeah, because I wanted to dance to my friends again, and he was my only friend, so I needed.
What?
I'm just kidding. But yeah, he
was number one.
I knew it was just a matter of time where we can share our chemistry on stage, and it was just like Kirishima Bakugo. There it is, boom.
Jason is Kirishima and Rossin is Bakugo. Because, of course, people don't know this, but me and Soulmate, when we originally casted the set, it was switched. Jason was Bakugo and Rossin was Kirishima. which kind of just fit. And then due to casting purposes and what happened with across the multiverse and time and availability for rehearsals, we had to switch them into their respective roles that they are now. And it actually was kind of perfect because with Rostin, he already has played Levi. So we know he can play the scowling, brooding character. But Bakugo's more than that. He's passionate, he's intense, he's high energy, which that's not naturally Rostin, but he was able to bring it out. And then Jason, I was actually very pleasantly surprised because Kirishima is the golden boy. He's best boy. And there's something so charming and lovable about him. And he did that on stage, which I didn't expect. And then, of course, the relationship worked in that respect with them in those roles rather than opposite. Because for FMA's set, Jason was Mustang and Rawson was Maze Hughes, the best buds. But it was Jason was the main guy, and then we had the supporting main guy. This time we kind of switched it around. It was kind of nice watching how they keep their dynamic, but just change it in accordance to their character. So I was very, very surprised. I was like, wow, hey, you did it.
I mean, tagging along, I thought Jason's Kirishima was hilarious because in the nicest ways possible, Jason has the dumbest grin ever. So when he's like when he rips open his shirt and he does like this for Kirishima, and then you see that like red troll hair pop up, looking like those clowns that you have to throw balls at Chuck E. Cheese's. You just look to him and you go, oh. And then he has his like wrecking ball moment, and he like hit every single one of those poses with such.
He was always at like an acute angle with his body.
Just like idiotically perfect, and it was hilarious. I thought it was great, and I don't know. I just felt like the energy as that character read really well because Kirishima is big but believably big, and Jason is so believably big. So worked out just right.
Kaminari was really fun. Like, I think I felt the pressure this time around for sure, but it was really worth it. And we got to do a lot of things that I got to do a lot of things that I didn't get to like in past sets, because there's a lot of choreography that's specific to like certain characters, and for Denki it was very popping heavy and very ISO, and I haven't done it in a while, so I was really scared, but it was so fun to do and like be like, oh my god, I kind of remember how to hit.
I really like Denki's part. It explodes out of nowhere from all the other introductions that we had, so that was really fun.
In the set, me and Sonali are paired together a lot, or we're just in the same vicinity.
Yeah.
And I feel like within the set, you kind of see a story happen during the whole thing. So in the beginning, it's like they have that dynamic of, you know, Jiro getting annoyed by Denki and having that kind of like relationship. But then afterwards, they go full circle and they're just like rocking out and just headbanging to closer, and it's like, you know, it's going full circle. There was a journey there, and it was so fun just building that with Sonali because she was just the perfect Denki. Let's be real, okay?
I think it kind of translated for me from off stage to on stage, because this season, don't get weird. Don't make this weird. But I'm
weird.
I was really proud of you guys this season. Like, you guys like crazy blossomed, like, and it wasn't out of nowhere. I watched it happen, and like you guys got so crazy good.
We hit puberty.
And okay, you made it weird. But like to be able to like be your
Baseball.
Okay, done. Bye.
Baseball.
I was trying to say something nice.
Sorry.
Thank you.
We can't take compliments. Thank you.
You're welcome. It was great to see them like blossom from going out of like ATM and even FMA before that, like going from all of those into UA and being able to be their hype man. Like it was just kind of really easy to jump into that relationship, I think, for me. Don't make it weird.
Just the expectations between the three of us. I think we meshed well. Pretty. What? We meshed well. Pretty. Yeah, we meshed well. Pretty.
We meshed well. Pretty.
Yeah, you know. Just pose.
Yeah.
we mesh well pretty,
Uh-huh.
and we
Y'all do mesh well pretty.
yeah, and so when we mesh well pretty, it kind of the chemistry just kind of comes on stage. You just kind of see it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely saw that chemistry between all three of you. It was very, it meshed well pretty.
Yeah.